spy on. Spider webs, stand on my own even if I didn't have legs. Arachnophobia plague.
Black Widow.
Tarantula, special forces, resources, snatch your masters like Tiger Woods on golf courses.
Yeah, SJP meets MGV. Y'all probably wondering or want to know how those two mighty forces came together to form the almighty lolifes. Like, you look at lowlife history, and both sides, St. John's and Marcus Garvey, St. John's being in Crown Heights, Marcus Garvey being in Brownsville, Brooklyn. Racklo is the only lowlife in history to live in both Marcus Garvey and on St. John's, you know what I mean? And that's pretty much how the connection came about. You know what I mean? Growing up on St. John's, you know what I mean? I would say like, I was like 9, 10, 11. You know what I mean? A real young kid living on St. John's and having friends like Frizz, AV, Rich, Keefy, Fat Mike, you know what I mean? And having older dudes, you know what I mean, like Sean Doe, Birdo, Nahul, you know what I mean, Wick Wack, you know what I mean? Just being a real live wire, a real live youngster in those early days, you know what I mean? Being on St. John's, living on St. John's with my moms, my father, my brothers and sisters, you know what I mean? It's ill because the building that we grew up in on St. John's, it still exists to this very day, you know what I'm saying? So definitely had a presence on St. John's as a youngster, getting money, building relationships, networking, you know what I mean? Being around other people that had similar interests, desires, and values such as myself. And that was, you know what I mean, to always be independent, come up, you know what I mean, go out there, be a hustler, hustle, and get what you wanted. And just be a survivor, you know what I'm saying? That's what it was about. Now, that's my St. John's element, you know what I'm saying? St. John's between Rochester and Buffalo. That's the block I pretty much grew up on. Then we ventured off to Brownsville, Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? And in Brownsville, Marcus Garvey Village is where another set of money takers, you know what I mean, used to live. But outside of the boosters and the money takers, my grandmother and my grandfather, you know what I mean, had a big legacy in Marcus Garvey Village since the 1970s, you know what I mean? So when it comes to heritage and my background, you know what I mean, and my people having longevity in a particular area, Marcus Garvey Village was that place, you know what I mean, where the Racklo heritage existed, you know what I mean? For the longest of times, you know what I'm saying? Even to this day, 2019, I still got family members that live and reside in Marcus Garvey Village, you know what I'm saying? So, as far as the Billups, you know what I mean, name, my last name, which is Billups, it rings bells in Brownsville, son, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I mean? It's like one of those powerful families that exist in the community, you know what I mean? That everybody know about, they're real popular, they're always into something. And you know what I mean, they always looking for, you know what I mean, things to do that have great impacts on people and society, you know what I mean? Like, that's what my family represent, you know what I mean? Whether it's being fashion, singing, being entrepreneurs, you know what I mean, being artists, being creative thinkers, being authors, being pastors, reverends, apostles, you know what I mean? And just being a force in the community and in the world. Like, that's what my family represents. So when it comes to low-life culture, you know what I'm saying, I pretty much wanted to unite both forces because I knew, yo, it's like forming Voltron, you know what I mean? It's like once we came together, we became even more powerful. I mean, each branch was doing their own things in their respective areas, like in Brownsville and on St. John's, which is in Crown Heights. But when we came together and we united and became one force, yo, that saying, "It's power in numbers," is a fact. Because when we united, man, it's like we was untouchable, you know what I'm saying? And that's when lowlifes really started to like venture out, you know what I mean? That's when we really became heavily involved in going to hip hop clubs, you know what I mean, on Fridays and Saturdays, you know what I mean, and really representing that low life lifestyle, you know what I mean, which consisted of that motto, that famous low life motto, money, hoes, and clothes, you know what I mean? So that's what we represented, you know what I mean? We went to hip hop clubs, being in Midtown, going to different parties, Empire Skating Rink, you know what I'm saying? It was always those elements being represented. Bringing low life together, bringing both sets together was one of the greatest moves that was made in low life history, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just honored, you know what I mean, to be in a position, you know what I mean, that I was able to like bring both forces together and just, you know what I mean, combine, unite as one, make our impact stronger, make it greater, and make it last forever, you know what I mean? And that's what it's about, you know what I mean? Being, you know what I mean, a representative from 1988 and having a vision and an ability and an outlook on life and the culture, and just, you know what I mean, trying to maneuver in a way to help this thing sustain and be here another 30 years, another 60 years, you know what I'm saying? That's what low life is about, you know what I'm saying? Because when you think about this culture, man, it's about elevation, you know what I mean? Nothing stays the same. So we started off as teenagers, you know what I mean? We maneuvered through as young adults, you know what I'm saying? And we're still going, you know what I mean? Still full of energy, still full of the motivation, still full of the creativity and the vision and all of those positive outlooks that keep coming, you know what I mean? We're gonna keep, you know what I mean, providing y'all with, you know what I mean, a purpose, you know what I mean? That purpose is, you know what I mean, to be fly, but to also understand that, you know what I mean, it's things more important than just fashion, you know what I mean, and being fly, you know what I mean? It's other great things and really important things that's happening in the world that we gotta pay attention to as well. But yo, uniting low lives, St. John's and Marcus Garvey, a great thing, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all of my OGs from St. John's, all of my OGs from Marcus Garvey Village. Shout out to all the new low heads that still represent, you know what I mean, low life and the low culture, and understand that the low don't make the man make the low. Remember that. The low don't make the man make the low. Signing off, racklo, racklo. You know what I'm saying? The Rack Report. Reporting live from where? The Martinique. I know y'all heard stories about the Martinique. 2 L's up. Salute.
All right now.